Hey everybody, welcome back to Black Iron Tries Fearless Friday. This is for the beginners out there. Today's episode is going to cover the 5 things you need to do to become a triathlete. Last time we talked about the gear you need to buy, the starter gear, just to start doing the sport. Now we're going to talk about what actual actions you can take so that you can become a triathlete. Wonderful thing is, a couple of the items don't even require any gear or training. Let's get into it. So, the very first thing you have to do to become a triathlete is to believe you can. Understand that everybody started somewhere. So you have to know that every triathlete you see out there started somewhere. They did not start as a triathlete necessarily. Maybe some did. But even in the pros, most of those people started as one discipline or another, or even on the couch. Sometimes you have an Olympic level swimmer who, as one pro athlete put it, just got tired of looking at the black line all the time. You have runners out there and pro cyclists who actually rode on the Tour de France, who are now triathletes because they wanted to do something that was bigger than the sport that they were tied to. But also understand that there are a lot of beginners out there that weren't into sports. I was one of them. Yes, I used to bike ride and I was a cyclist, but I was not fit. And I learned that really quick when I started working out with triathletes. I actually say that I got tricked into triathlon because I was doing cycling for 2 or 3 years with a cycling group in Chicago, and then went one winter to train over the winter with some cyclists. At least I thought they were cyclists. It turns out they were triathletes. And before long, they were talking me into going to triathlons and actually participating in one. So that's where I got hooked. Understand, I did not start as a triathlete. As you can see from some of the pictures I've put up and that I'll put up during this presentation, I was not your typical triathlete, all right? So don't feel like you can't do it, or that you're too old, or that you're out of shape. Trust me, I was there. I didn't do my first triathlon until 2 weeks before my 49th birthday. That was my first triathlon ever in 2017. I was very fortunate because my sister and her friend came to watch me race because nobody else was available, and they helped cheer me on to the finish line. It was a great day. But that was my first triathlon. Later, and a year later, I'd be doing an Ironman. Now get this, there were people who actually brought me into the sport who didn't think that I could do an Ironman 1 year after training. So understand, you're gonna have people out there who may not believe in you. You have to believe in you and know that everybody started somewhere. This is your starting point. The second thing you need to do is to sign up for a triathlon. Find a local triathlon and sign up for it. Finding a triathlon locally is very, very easy. And please be sure it's a sprint triathlon you want to sign up for. I'm not recommending that your first triathlon be an Ironman or a 70.3. I strongly suggest you start with a sprint. That's the shorter version of all the triathlons. There is a super sprint, which is a bit shorter, but I'm saying you should start with a sprint triathlon. Find one and sign up for it. Here in Atlanta, in Georgia, we have a series called Try the Parks. And you can sign up for anywhere from 1 to 6 triathlons and duathlons, aqua bikes, duathlon being a run and a bike, aqua bike being a swim and a bike. And they have 6 of them, and none of them are longer than an Olympic. But most of them are sprints. And the whole idea is to get you introduced to the sport. So sign up for one. It's a great motivator when you spent that money and have a goal that will help you to move on to the next 2 steps. So the next 2 steps have to do with getting ready for the triathlon you just signed up for. Step number 3 is to find a local run club, swim club, tri club, or cycling club. Not saying all of them. Pick one. Pick a club and join it. Usually local clubs are very nominal in terms of membership fees, $25, $35 a year or something like that. But what that does is it gives you other people who are like-minded, who are creating opportunities for you to go out and ride your bike or to run with a group of people. And all of these clubs have varying levels of abilities inside the club. So it's not like you walk in and absolutely everybody's going to be better than you. Even in the scenario I gave you where I got pulled into cycling over the winter, training with triathletes, there were 2 or 3 people in the class who were bigger than me in terms of overweight and slower than me. But we were all in there together with these triathletes, learning how to be better athletes. So find a club, join one of them, and then attend their events. Go and run with them, go swim with them, go bike with them, go do triathlon with them. That will help motivate you as well in getting ready for your event. The 4th thing you need to do is to commit to training during the week and getting in 2 exercises per discipline every week. What I mean by that is you should have at least 2 swims, 2 bikes, and 2 runs during the week. Now there's 7 days a week. So technically you could do 1 a day and still have an off day. That is essentially the plan that I'm on now, and I'm training for an Ironman. I take 1 day off, but the other days I have at least 1 swim or bike or run. Sometimes we double up, like with a brick session where I ride my bike and then have to get off and run. But for the most part, I have 1 day off a week. You can do the same. And you don't have to try to kill it every time. It's about getting out and starting your journey. Get out and run around the block. Get out on your bike and ride around the block. And find a local swimming pool. YMCAs all over the place. Very nominal to join or to pay for a daily swim. Your local parks. Where I swim every day is actually an Atlanta public park called Washington Natatorium. And because I am the age I am, I actually don't have to pay. I have a senior's value. But even in paying, it was something for me and my wife when we were young enough to pay. It was something like $200 a year. And you could go as much as you wanted to any of their facilities. So find a pool and find a way to get out and train twice, each discipline twice every week. That's it. Now you're getting ready for your event. And finally, step number 5. Now I mentioned that 2 of these items didn't require any kind of training or gear. The first one was understand that you're starting and you start where you start. Don't worry about where anyone else starts, but that's just the reality of it. You're a starter, you're a beginner. Get out there and do it. Get of that mindset. No gear required. And the last step also doesn't require any gear. It's to shut out all the negativity that is inevitably going to come your way. There are a lot of people out there most people out there don't dream of doing a triathlon. It's beyond their comprehension. They don't understand why people do it, and they will try to talk you down and out of it. Like I mentioned, even the people who talked me into doing triathlon didn't believe I could do an Ironman within a year. Not only did I do my Ironman in a year, I ended up on the promotional page after the race, crossing the finish line. My face was on the Ironman website for that race in Chattanooga in 2018, crossing the finish line. And there was the answer to those people who said I couldn't do it. So there will be negativity, there will be doubts, there may be some even in your head. You got to get rid of them. Erase the negativity, embrace this journey. You will not be disappointed. So that's it. That's the whole shebang. 5 ways that you can become a triathlete sooner than you think. Believe that you're capable. Start. You have to start, and remember, everyone started somewhere. Find and sign up for a sprint triathlon. Have it on your calendar. Having that target out there is motivating. Trust me on this. You won't regret it. Join a local run, bike, swim, or triathlon club. Use that as motivation and accountability as you get ready for your target race, which is already on your calendar. Commit to training twice a week for each discipline. 2 runs, 2 swims, 2 bikes, and an off day. And finally, get rid of all the negative thoughts, get rid of all the negativity, ignore those who don't agree or don't think you can do it. You know you can do it. The reason anyone is telling you that you can't is because either they feel they can't do it or they don't have faith in you. And as a buddy of mine that I race with all the time says, you have to do it because they say you can't. I crossed that finish line in 2018 in time and on the Ironman page as a finisher, something I'm very proud of. It's part of my logo. So that's it. You have what you need. You got the 5 steps to become a triathlete. Do me a favor, leave some comments down below and let me know when you're starting your journey. I will cheer you on. And finally, I'm going to leave a link to a program called TrainingPeaks. It's what a lot of athletes use to record and track their training. It's a calendar and you can actually put in your training for every day so that you know what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis. And there's a premium version available in which a coach can actually put in assignments for you if you decide to hire a coach and pay for that. But we're starting slow here. No need to spend any additional money at this point. TrainingPeaks, the basic version, is free and you can use it to put in your plan, or you can buy plans from TrainingPeaks that you can put into the plan and then follow that if that's easier. But get started. The bottom line is get out there, get started, and follow these 5 steps to become a triathlete. I'll see you out there. In the meantime, remember, you do not have to be fastest. Just be fearless.
No, I ain't giving you up. Get over, giving you up. No,